Hey beautiful, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. My name is Chisom. So on today's video, we'll be cutting and stitching this pant trouser that I am putting on right now. If you're interested in learning how to make this for yourself or someone else, please keep on watching. Let's get straight into the video. So to make this trouser, we'll be using this pattern that I have already drafted. If you don't know how to draft this, I have the tutorial on this channel. Go ahead and watch it so that you'll be able to learn how this was made. So I have the back and the front pattern with me right now. So moving forward, I'll go ahead and cut it out on my fabric and add the necessary allowance that is needed. After folding my fabric, I'll go ahead and pin my pattern on it. I'll use my pins to secure it so that the pattern will not be moving anyhow. So after that, I will go ahead and add the necessary allowance I will be needing for stitching. So I am adding 1 inch allowance on all the sides of the pattern right now. I'm so sorry guys, I'm really sorry that the chalk is not visible enough for you to see, but I actually marked 1 inch all around the pattern, and I'll go ahead and cut it out just like I am doing right now. After I was done cutting, the next thing I'm going to do is to transfer my darts from the pattern to the fabric. So to do that, I'll notch the 2 sides of the darts just like I am doing right now with my scissors. This will enable me to be able to mark the exact point where the dart was placed from. So after notching it, I'll use my pin to pin that exact dart apex point so that I'll be able to mark it on the fabric. So I'll flip the pattern over and use my chalk to make a dot where the pin came out from, just like I did right now. I hope you understood what I just said. Just watch me and I'm sure you understand if you didn't understand what I said. After transferring the darts, I will go ahead and take off my pattern, and I will use my chalk to mark out the shape of the darts just like it was on the pattern. Then I will go ahead and cut out my front pattern. I am pinning down the front to the pattern to the fabric so that it will be secured. Then after pinning it down, I went ahead to add the same 1 inch sewing allowance I have for the back pattern so that everything will correspond when I am joining it together. So I am cutting out the front pattern right now. I have 1 inch allowance all around it, so I am cutting it out now. After cutting, I'll go ahead and transfer the dart just the same way I did for the front back piece is the same way I will do for this front piece so that everything will correspond. Please take note of that. After cutting it out, this is what it looks like. The next thing to do is to go ahead and stitch down the darts. We are going to be stitching the darts for the 4 pieces that we have, the 2 pieces for the front and the back, before we go ahead to join the crotch together. After sewing down the darts and joining the cross together, this is what it looks like. I also joined the back cross together and sewed down the darts, and I went ahead to iron it properly. This is the band I'll be using for this trouser. I have 2 pieces for both the front and the back. I use a tissue gum to give it a little bit of structure, and the width is 3 inches because I want to have 2 inches at the end of the time I have fixed the band. Before fixing the band, we are going to join the trouser pieces together. We'll place the front on the back, right side facing each other. We'll join the side first, Then before joining the side, I will leave a space where my zipper will be attached, because I want the zipper to be at the side of my pants. So I'll use a pin and hold the spot where I want the zipper to end before going ahead to stitch it all the way to the down part. I am stitching it down at the sides right now. So after stitching, I will open up the seam line and go and iron it down with my pressing iron. This is what it looks like after I was done ironing down the side seam lines. This is what it looks like on the right side. Then the next thing is to join the front crotch and the back crotch together. To do this, I'll flip it to the wrong side. I'll make sure the crotch are matching. The crotch is or crotch anyone. I'll make sure the crotch, the front crotch and the back crotch are matching each other. Then I will use the pin to secure it. I'll pin it all the way to the bottom of the trouser, like I am doing right now, just so it doesn't shift when I am joining it together. So now I'll start from one end of the trouser and I'll sew it all the way to the other end of the trouser, just as I am doing now. I'm done stitching. Now I'll go ahead and take out the pins, and then the next thing to do is to go ahead and attach the band to the trouser. So I'm securing the band with pins right now before I'll go ahead and stitch it down. I am stitching it down with 0.5 inch allowance, that is half inch. I am using half inch to join the bands to the trouser. I am done fixing the band and this is what it looks like. The next thing to do is to go ahead and attach my zipper to the trouser, and that will be all for this trouser tutorial. Please, if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button, like this video, share it with your friends and family, because it will really go a long way in encouraging me to post more videos on this channel. So one side is done, I'll go ahead and flip it and sew the other side. The zipper has been fixed and now the trouser is ready. This is the end of today's video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.